Have you ever imagined what it would be like to live 3 full days without light? Not only sunlight, but also the absence of any electricity or technological comfort. More than an apocalyptic scenario, this experience is interpreted by Inajar and Louise as an event full of spiritual, scientific, and transformative meanings. Get ready to dive into a fascinating theme, where science and spirituality are found to unravel the mysteries of solar explosions, their implications on Earth, and how this period of darkness can be the key to deep personal transformation. If you are looking for answers to cosmic phenomena, want to understand how to prepare for future challenges, or simply want to explore your spiritual potential, this content has been made for you. Don't go out before you find out how this event can change your perception of the world and your connection with yourself. Leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications to continue receiving content that will expand your conscience and transform your spiritual journey. Are we going to explore the unknown together? The 3 Days of Darkness, the understanding of Inajar and Louise about this transforming event. The 3 Days of Darkness, according to Inajar and Louise's view, represent much more than a physical event. It is a spiritual milestone, a call to transformation and inner awakening. During this period, the planet will face intense changes caused by solar explosions, bringing challenges that go beyond the material scope. These solar explosions, according to the authors, can cause collapses in electrical and magnetic systems, plunging the Earth into a total darkness. But for them, this is not just a technical failure or a scientific phenomenon. It is, above all, an event loaded with spiritual meanings, designed to test and strengthen humanity. One of the most fascinating aspects of this view is the relationship between science and spirituality. While physics describes solar explosions as gigantic energy emissions, the authors interpret it as a metaphor for the collapse of negative energies and the purification of the planet. Thus, the 3 Days of Darkness can be seen as a moment of restart. Inajar and Louise emphasize that this darkness is not something to fear, but an opportunity for introspection and connection with higher strengths. For this, they recommend practices such as meditation, prayer, and silence so that we can face this period with balance and clarity. During these days, external darkness is a reflection of what many face internally: doubts, fears, and uncertainties. However, it is also a moment for the inner light to manifest itself. According to the authors, the challenge is to find the strength to overcome the psychological and physical impacts that the absence of light can bring. Preparation is essential, not just at the material level, such as stocking food or ensuring candles. It is about preparing the mind and spirit for a period of transformation. Inajar and Louise suggest that humanity should take the opportunity to reconnect with its essence and seek harmony with the universe. Darkness will also be a test of faith and resilience. Many may face existential crises, but those who are connected with their spirituality will be easier to overcome the moment. Practices such as deep breathing, silence, and meditation help maintain balance during these days. Moreover, understanding of the phenomenon is fundamental. For the authors, understanding what is happening avoids panic and provides a higher perspective on events. Solar explosions, though intense, are part of natural cycles of the universe and play their role in the spiritual evolution of the Earth. They point out that these 3 days are not a punishment, but an opportunity for the Renaissance. After darkness, a new period of light and clarity will open, bringing renewal to all who are prepared. This Renaissance symbolizes spiritual elevation and reconnection with divine essence. To face the 3 days, it is important to cultivate daily practices that strengthen the spirit. Small habits, such as moments of introspection and emotional balance, are fundamental. Inajar and Louise claim that those who practice these techniques will be more resistant to adversity. The 3 days also invite us to reflect on our impact on the world. Darkness forces us to pause, to look inside, and to reconsider our actions. This period is a reminder that we are connected with the universe and we are responsible for the energy we create and share. During the days of darkness, the external environment will be challenging, but the internal environment is where the true battle will occur. To win, it is necessary to focus on mental and spiritual well-being. Maintaining positive thoughts and a view of hope can be the key to overcoming this moment. The authors also suggest that this event is a call to the union. In darkness, the light we share with each other becomes essential. Supporting those around us and sharing knowledge can create a network of strength and solidarity during these days. This event, according to Inajar and Louise, is not just an individual but collective experience. It is a moment of global awakening, where humanity as a whole is called to evolve. This challenge serves as a bridge for a new state of collective consciousness. Finally, the 3 days of darkness are an opportunity for complete transformation. They are a metaphor for the challenges we face in our lives and show us that even at the darkest moment there is room for light. The understanding of Inajar and Louise invites us to see this phenomenon with other eyes. Not as scary, but as a chance of growth. They inspire us to prepare us, not just to face darkness, but to emerge from it stronger and more enlightened. Thus, the 3 days are much more than a physical event. They are a spiritual call, an opportunity to connect with the divine and our true self. Preparing to them is an act of courage and faith that can turn our lives forever. When the light returns, those who have faced darkness with balance and inner strength will be better prepared to live in a new world. It will be the beginning of an era where spirituality and science are walking together, united by understanding our divine essence. Solar explosions as a scientific cause of the 3 days of darkness. According to Inajar and Louise, the 3 days of darkness can be explained by intense solar explosions, phenomena that have fascinated scientists and spiritualists. These eruptions of energy, which occur on the surface of the sun, release charged particles that travel through space and can have significant impacts on Earth. These solar explosions, also known as coronal mass ejections, are capable of generating geomagnetic storms. When they reach the earthly magnetic field, they can destabilize electrical networks, communication systems, and satellites, creating technological chaos that intensifies the feeling of global vulnerability. An intriguing aspect is how these solar events can dive the planet in complete darkness. The massive release of energy particles can interfere with the Earth's natural electrical currents, leading to global spaghettals. During these 3 days, the world would go into a state of energy suspension. In addition to direct effects on electronic systems, these explosions have the potential to affect the human magnetic field. Inajar and Louise suggest that the Earth's magnetic field, when destabilized, influences our own energy frequencies, creating both physical and emotional impact on people. Scientists warn that although solar explosions are cyclic events, they are becoming more intense. This intensification may be related to climate change and increased solar activity, making the 3 days of darkness not only possible but also imminent in the near future. To understand the magnitude of these phenomena, it is necessary to consider the role of the sun as the primary source of energy for the planet. It sustains life on Earth, but its instability can create adverse situations. It is as if the sun, while the provider, became the catalyst of a great transformation. During these 3 days, the absence of natural and artificial light would have deep effects on human psychology. Studies show that lack of sunlight can cause feelings of confusion, anxiety, and even panic. However, Inajar and Louise suggest that this is also a moment of adaptation and overcoming. Another interesting point raised by the authors is the possibility that solar explosions have a domino effect on terrestrial systems. For example, without electricity, there would be an interruption in the supply of drinking water and food, which would require greater preparation of the population to deal with the unexpected. They also emphasize that, despite chaos, the event brings a balance message. The sun, when destabilizing terrestrial systems, creates a scenario where humanity is called to rethink its dependence on technology and reconnect with the basics: fire, nature, and spirit. Solar explosions have been studied for decades, but science cannot yet accurately predict their intensity or the impact they can have. This element of uncertainty reinforces the need for preparation and resilience, both at the material and spiritual level. The authors point out that these solar explosions are also symbols of energy cleaning. Just as the sun emits energy that cleanses the Earth's magnetosphere, the 3 days of darkness can be seen as an opportunity to purify our minds and bodies. During these events, the Earth's magnetic field acts as a protective shield, but its resistance capacity is limited. Inajar and Louise believe that the temporary failure of the shield is a reminder of the fragility of the planet and the importance of taking care of our relationship with the environment. The impact of solar explosions may not be limited to darkness. They can also affect human health, causing headaches, insomnia, and changes in heart rate due to the interaction of energy particles with our bioelectric fields. These physical effects reinforce the need for practices that help balance our nervous system, such as conscious breathing and relaxation exercises. During the 3 days, it will be essential to stay calm and adopt simple measures to protect our physical and emotional well-being. In addition to the scientific implications, Inajar and Louise see in solar explosions a spiritual event. For them, the energy emitted by the sun carries information that can arouse human consciousness, beginning a process of collective transformation. This collective awakening can be observed in the way humanity reacts to the event. The absence of light forces people to look inside, questioning their priorities and values. It is a time to discover new ways of harmony between science and spirituality. The 3 days of darkness, caused by solar phenomena, are a reminder that despite all technology, we are subject to cosmic forces. This recognition can help humanity live more balanced, in line with the universe. In addition, the event invites reflection on the power of the sun and its connection with spiritual traditions. In many cultures, the sun is seen as a divine symbol, representing light, life, and transformation. During the 3 days, its absence symbolizes the return to origin, to essence. Inajar and Louise believe that solar explosions and their effects are a call for humanity to wake up to a new era. This call is not a warning of destruction, but an opportunity for reconstruction, of creating a more conscious and connected world. Finally, understanding solar explosions as the cause of the 3 days of darkness is to accept that we are part of a larger universe, where everything is interconnected. This understanding prepares us to face the challenges and embrace the transformations that are coming. Spiritual connection and personal preparation for the 3 days of darkness. The 3 days of darkness, although marked by scientific and physical phenomena, have a profoundly spiritual meaning. Inajar and Louise point out that this event is an invitation for each individual to seek the inner connection and discover the strength that resides within himself. For them, external darkness symbolizes the internal shadows that we often avoid facing. It is during this period that humanity will be challenged to look inside, understand its fears, and find the inner light that can guide it through adversity. Spiritual practices such as meditation, prayer, and introspection are essential to maintaining balance during these days. Inajar and Louise suggest that by cultivating silence and inner peace, we can protect ourselves from external chaos and find clarity in the midst of confusion. Spiritual preparation for the 3 days does not start the moment the darkness comes, but much before. Be aligned with daily practices that promote the emotional and energetic balance is fundamental to cross this period of transformation. During the days of darkness, the feeling of isolation can be intense. However, for the authors, this isolation is also an opportunity to strengthen the connection with the divine. It is a time to reconnect with the spiritual essence and realize that we are never really alone. The emotional impact of these days can be great, but it is possible to face it with courage and resilience. According to Inajar and Louise, a quiet and focused mind is the key to overcoming the fear and anxiety that may arise in the absence of light. Practices such as conscious breathing and positive visualizations help stabilize emotions. For example, imagining a golden light within itself that grows and illuminates the environment is a simple but powerful technique to feel strengthened and connected to the divine. In addition to meditation, the authors recommend the practice of gratitude. Even during the darkness, finding reasons to thank you can transform the perception of the moment, helping to focus on what is positive and the opportunity for rebirth that the event brings. Another important recommendation is body care. Feed lightly and healthy before and during the 3 days helps maintain vital energy. The body is the temple where spiritual transformation occurs, and taking care of it is an essential part of this journey. The connection with nature also plays a significant role. Despite darkness, staying close to plants, animals, and even listening to the sounds of the natural environment helps to balance the internal energies and feel part of the whole. During the event, it will be crucial to protect yourself from negative energies. The author suggests creating a safe environment, with objects that bring peace, such as candles, crystals, or even sacred texts that inspire serenity and strength. In addition, human relations will be of great importance during the 3 days. Supporting yourself mutually, sharing knowledge and offering comfort are ways to create a net of light amid darkness, strengthening not only the individual but the whole community. External darkness is seen as a reflection of the internal transitions we all face. It is a time to re-evaluate choices, values, and priorities, allowing the necessary changes to be made to evolve spiritually. Inajar and Louise also highlight the importance of forgiveness during this period. Forgiving oneself and others is liberating, allowing the energies to flow more harmoniously and preparing the heart for the transformations that will come. The 3 days of darkness is, for the authors, a process of purification. It is as if the shadows we carry are illuminated, revealing the parts of us that need to be healed and strengthened for the new age that begins. The event also represents a moment of rebirth. After facing darkness, the opportunity to emerge renewed, with a new perspective on life and a deeper connection with spiritual purpose. One of the most powerful messages of Inajar and Louise is that the 3 days of darkness should not be seen as a punishment, but as a gift. They are a unique opportunity to grow, learn, and become a higher version of yourself. Preparation for this moment goes beyond the individual. It is about understanding that we are part of a larger whole, where each action, thought, and emotion have an impact. Cultivating love, empathy, and compassion is essential to cross this period. The authors remind us that the light always returns after darkness. It is in confidence in this cycle that we find strength to persevere, knowing that today's challenges are the foundations of tomorrow's growth. Finally, the 3 days of darkness is a journey to self-knowledge and spiritual elevation. They invite us to leave behind everything that no longer serves and embracing a new reality, where inner light shines stronger than any shadow.